To a Tesla allegedly on autopilot crashing into a home near Houston. A 76-year-old woman was killed. Authorities say the car failed to make a right turn and was traveling at a high rate of speed. Here's ABC's Alex Brochet.
Tonight, questions swirling over this Tesla. The driver saying he was using autopilot moments before a deadly crash into a home. Authorities say this blue Model 3, caught on a doorbell camera, was traveling at a high rate of speed Friday night. It passed through an intersection, and moments later, that boom was the car slamming into the brick exterior of a home.
I guess it's too early to tell if Tesla was on autopilot. So we're digging into that. That's a line of investigation for sure.
The Harris County Sheriff's Office says a 76-year-old woman was inside. She was later pronounced dead. The driver, 44-year-old Michael Butler, told police he was using the car's automated driving assistance system at the time of the deadly crash. Deputies say he was taken to the hospital and showed no signs of intoxication. He's cooperating with the investigation and has not been charged. It's the second incident involving Teslas in Texas in roughly 2 months. In mid-April, a Tesla driver said his car's autopilot suddenly accelerated through a railroad gate, narrowly missing a fast approaching train. That driver said he had the full self-driving feature engaged at the time of the incident. Now we've reached out to Tesla and have not yet heard back. Wait.
All right, Alex Brochet, thank you very much.
Sounds about right. Like, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Self-driving cars sound good, but I need to have my hands on that steering wheel. You know, it's like, what is it going to take? What is it going to take for us to realize, like, hey, we're not supposed to be trusting these cars to drive for us, these robots essentially to do for us. Like, okay, if you had a bandwidth and you want to have one around to assist you, cool, but you need to be governing that thing. This is just tragic. This is senseless. Like, a 76-year-old woman in her, like, when it's unsafe to be inside your house, y'all, that's a problem. That's a problem. You're inside your home, a Tesla going at a high speed crashes in your home and takes your life. You know, you never know. You know, tomorrow's not promised, and that's not something we take for granted. And I just, I know a few people with Teslas, and honestly, I think they're nice cars, they're smooth, but I'm not letting no car drive me. If I have to let a car drive me, then I'm just staying. I'm staying home. You know what I'm saying? Like, absolutely not. I'm not comfortable. Nothing against Tesla, nothing against people who bought them, because I know some people, like, take it serious. Like, they even have a problem with people who drive Teslas just because of their issue with Elon Musk I have nothing against people who choose to like the Tesla car and drive it, purchase it and drive it. Nice cars. I'm trying to figure out who bears the responsibility in a situation like this, to where a life is taken. We may think 76 is old, which it is older, right? But my dad is in his 70s, and he's still moving around, moving and grooving, He's still working. He's still teaching at his church. He's still driving. 76, there's still a lot of life left. I just laughed it up with my dad probably 2-3 weeks ago. So 76 years old, there's still a lot of life to live. There are people I see in the gym in their 70s. So I know sometimes people think of the age and be like, oh, well, she was already old. No, there's still a lot of life left, And unfortunately, we tend to, like, not value people's lives the way we should. And I just hope that there's some sort of justice, that there's some sort of change that happens. Because being in your home and your life being taken from you because someone decided to drive a car and on autopilot, I still find that to be a bit careless. Just being honest, especially at high rates of speed. Like maybe Tesla needs to turn that speed part off to where like anything over 30 miles don't have it on autopilot. But I don't know. I don't know how they're going to do that. Then as you saw at the end of the video, there was a situation to where a car had stopped at a railroad track. It was on autopilot, auto drive, and it ended up running through the railroad right before the train passed. Imagine how scary that is. You're sitting at the railroad track waiting for the train to pass because the rails are down and your car just takes off. Sometimes I just feel like we're so enamored and we just get glazed off of technology to a degree to where we just lose our sense of critical thinking. Like we turn off the fact that, hey, like this stuff needs to be controlled. These things need greater safety measures. Like we need to protect humanity from the malfunction and or dysfunctions of these robots and these vehicles. Else, otherwise we like things like this will become normative, and I don't want to see that. I don't. I hope in some way, shape, or form they're able to figure out how to place responsibility on, either the driver or Tesla in a way to where there's a penalty that's steep, because you can't bring her life back, the 76-year-old. Anyone that's taken out, you can't bring their life back. So a steep penalty and price needs to be paid in hopes that it will discourage people from, or even Tesla, discourage them from driving on autopilot at such a high speed, or, move Tesla to make some changes. But something needs to be done. Nonetheless, something needs to be done. Like, we don't need anybody else to lose their life to be like, okay, what are we going to do about this? Let's take care of it now. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Don't forget to connect with the brand online at www.there'shopebrand.com. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.